then from that point forward, I just described what was happening, and one of my passengers stayed with her while the other bus came. Everybody got off one of the other bus. So one gal asked if she wanted me to stay because I was on the phone, and she stayed and kind of held the lady up so she wouldn't fall again. And by that whole process between that and talking with dispatch, by the time the medical people arrived, it was, they just jumped right in. It was an amazing teamwork. And I just did the smaller part. The gang operator would have done the same thing because they're all trained the same way. So, but it was exciting to be recognized for it and to meet the doctor, to meet the gal. I took care of my mother until she was 93, and to see this gal with her family, and she didn't lose. A lot of people with strokes lose part of their facial, muscles and that sort of thing. It was great to see that she had retained that, and so that was cool.
Well, you did all the right things. I hope your story is told and retold among your colleagues. When you say that you were in contact with dispatch, what kind of a device do you use for that?
It's called BDS, and I don't know what that stands for, but it's a BDS system, and we also have radio frequency phone or communication. So on the BDS, I push it. There's many buttons on it, but one of them is red. And you push the red button, and you have three choices: police, medical, or fire. So I push the red button, push medical, and send. That sends a message instantly to dispatch. Dispatch immediately calls 911.
Our dispatch center.
Our dispatch center. Their instructions when they get that call are to instantly call 911. So they had 911 on the phone as they're getting me on the phone. Remember, they have 500 buses or 1,000 buses out at a time, so there's messages coming into this dispatch center. That's a priority message. While they're doing that, when you call 911, it takes 15 seconds sometimes to get through the ring and everything. Well, that same thing happens with us. But that's when I went back to be with the person, and when I came back, they were waiting for me. It says, there's some flashing on the BDS, and it says, pick up handset. I immediately pick up the handset and start talking. It's a radio, so you have a pause. You have to talk and then let up and then talk. And immediately just start relaying what I saw, and then they were trained to ask the right questions. And some of the questions I thought were a little trying, but I understand afterwards why they asked them, And I said, it seems like it's taken an awful long time for these people to get here, but it's only been a few minutes, because the time is like, come on, hurry, this person needs help, So they wanted to, one of the first things they want to do is make sure that the person really wants medical attention. So somehow you have to get a response from them. This person is not responding. I said, she's not responding. She's not. So that was one of the things they said. And I said, while they had called, I went back and actively sat with her name's Naomi, and I sat with her. And I asked her name, and I asked her what her stop was, and she just was, I described the way she reacted, and that's how they do it. It's a stroke probably. And some of the other passengers actually knew where her stop was, so it was kind of interesting. I had drawn a blank on it. She rides with me, but I couldn't remember exactly where her stop was. So that was a logical question to ask, where are you going? She wasn't even there, but her eyes were open.
Well done.
One of the things that's so important here, some times you hear, well, why doesn't we just have the operator call their cell phone or something else? Well, you can imagine what really happened is when Mel put that in to dispatch and then walked back, our bus dispatch system, BDS, knows, because of the global positioning system, where that bus is. So he doesn't have to be able to say, I'm at the corner of blank, blank. They can know where to send the medical response and not have to be doing that. Now, in this case, it worked all very well, but that's one of the things that we really want to be able to have that routed through dispatch, because it really is that ability to be able to make sure all the right information gets to the people who need it and get, in this case, the medical people there immediately.
That's right. She confirmed to me, you're at 76 in Belmont, right? I said, yes.
You can imagine if there were like an accident. Mel was very conscious of exactly where he was, but somebody is disoriented, they aren't sure exactly where they are. That the dispatch ability to be able to know it's 76 in Belmont is right there. So.
Well, I had a supervisor show up at the same time as the medical people. So the fire showed up, then the ambulance showed up, and right at the same time, my supervisor showed up also. So that's dispatch coordinating all that. So yeah, like you said, 911 wouldn't have been able to coordinate all that.
I compliment your level of headedness, Mel. But, this story does need to be told because Trimet is, taking a beating in the news about all the bad stuff. This is just a beautiful story that should be told and told about the training of Trimet and their reaction to this. I compliment you, Mel.
Thank you.
Yeah, Steve, does the driver have to be at the operator's position to communicate with them?
Yes, yes, he does.
Well, there is two. Sorry, there is the one radio that's it's a little bit down. There is a silent alarm that I can push that button and they can hear everything that's going on in the bus. And they can choose to hear everything going outside the bus if they want to. Usually they go by the radio or phone. But if it's an emergency, like if I'm having a heart attack or something going on, I can push the silent alarm button. Or if I push the emergency button and there's no response, they can then tap in and listen to the whole bus. There are two systems. I did have a suggestion. I made this to Josh. I was feeling kind of bummed out a little bit about the publicity earlier in the week, and one incident, one driver, a few, we call them 99% versus the 1%ers, and the passenger side, and probably true on the driver's side too. Makes one guy makes everybody look bad, certainly a black eye. And I thought what was pretty cool would be to maybe possibly have somebody like a reporter like Mr. Rose accompany a master operator on a complicated route and talk about the Smith system, talk about how you're trained to avoid stuff that you don't even know is happening, and we stay out of trouble more than we get into trouble. The percentage of people riding the bus, the percentage of buses out there. I thought it would be a very interesting experience for him to see it from that point of view, the Smith system, aim high, give yourself an out, make eye contact, all the way down the list. I think he would be reporting other things. That would be good.
Harry's got an assignment.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you.
Thanks again, Mel. Excellent.
Thank you.
We actually did a little bit of what Mel suggested on the train. At one time, we had a couple of different TV cameras that actually were filming what the operator of the train sees and kind of essentially trying to point out how much risky behavior they see and how much they have to be able to be sensitive to it. In the bus side, it actually, because you're not on a track, you're not going only one place, they really have many more things they're going to have to watch for and to be able to judge against. And I think that would be very good. Okay.
Hey, Mill, if that's my mother-in-law on your bus and you have a problem, I want you to take your time getting back. No! She's got nine lives and I want to use them up. All right.
Kelly, record that.
Can I have a motion on the consent agenda?
So moved. Second.
Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Consent agenda is approved. Resolution 090211, authorizing a grant application to the FTA for battery technology. Mr. General Manager.
Thank you, Mr. President, board members. Normally, this could probably have been on the consent agenda, but we thought that the innovative battery technology really is a part of some of the things that we always like to be able to do to see if we can, in fact, improve the system, not just in Trimet, but to be able to help move the whole of the industry forward. And this is one of the areas that this is an opportunity to be able to do so. The goal, as you can see, is to be able to reduce fuel consumption, to be able to really have longer-lasting batteries, and to be able to, in that process, address environmental issues. It's a grant that we will be receiving. We think it makes a lot of good sense. We urge your approval. But wanted to be able to kind of highlight the innovation that's represented here.
Motion and a second. Is there discussion?